Hey everyone, welcome back. Here we are on the workbench, putting together these concrete pipes that I've been weathering up over the last wee while. So we'll take all the dunnage off and all the bits and pieces and all the pipes to one side like I'm doing here now. I'm just making sure they all go in the right orientation. So we'll chuck those to one side. Now, I'll talk a little wee bit later on how I weathered the dunnage. It purely is just 1mm styrene, so we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But we'll put some canopy glue down on these bits of styrene. I decided to use canopy glue instead of just normal CA, just because it's nice and easy to clean up. So we'll grab us a paintbrush, an old paintbrush. We'll start dabbing it on. Now, I probably didn't use enough or use too much. It was hard to sort of gauge, but I didn't really want big globs and stuff all over it, and it just flicks over my hands there, which is not ideal. So we'll just paint it on like that. It should be fine. Now we'll grab our put a little bit more on there, just to be sure. It was quite difficult, as you can sort of see. I could possibly put them on double-sided tape to do this, but I decided not to, obviously. So we'll chuck get all the stuff off our hands for a start, then put our pipes back on in the same orientation. So we'll put, 1, 2. Now these pipes were 3D printed, and I've just primed them with Tamiya surface primer, and then I've used 2 types of grey Tamiya XF greys just to give them a bit of randomness, and then also done the wet on wet method with some Vallejo acrylics to get them looking a little bit weathered in bits and pieces like that. So we'll push all those down nicely. Hopefully they'll stay there. I mean, canopy glue is not exactly the instant setting, but we'll just grab our next piece of 1mm styrene dunnage, and we'll do the same to that. Now I decided not to attach the top row of pipe to the bottom row of pipe. Purely just didn't want to make a mess, so here we are. We'll just put more canopy glue on top there, and you'll see the reason why I use canopy glue soon when I've got all this sort of stuff done. So we'll just continue using it. I just use an old paintbrush here. It's an old, really old one, so just chuck it on there. Should be right. But yeah, the pipes did turn out quite nice. Nice for a little scene I'm planning on doing, so I'll put that out of the road before I knock it over. And we'll pick up, well no we won't, we'll put our pipe on top first. Make sure that the dunnage is somewhat square. Like if you look at construction sites and stuff like that, the dunnage is not exactly, square or anything like that. They just sort of unload it and then just chuck them down. Get out of there. So we'll put those on there. I'll grab, this is why I use the canopy glue. I'll just grab a cotton bud there and just wipe some of that off there, the excess off, which turns out to be quite good. Just wipe some of that off there as well. Nice and clean. Looks very good. Now remember to chuck the cotton bud away. So I'm making sure that these are all sort of starting to tack up. It does say it takes 24 hours, so we'll see how it goes. So I've got my scalpel out now, well, my craft knife, and very carefully skinning along the bottom. This is when I was sort of questioning why I didn't put it on double-sided tape, but that seems to work. Just be very, very careful with your blades and stuff like that. You don't really want to be cutting yourself or anything like that. So just make sure, as you can sort of see, they're starting to tack up a wee bit now. So we'll just keep sliding it, keep loosening it. Hold your fingers there if you really want to keep them solid. I mean, it doesn't, this is not, like I was saying just before, you don't have to have them perfectly in line and stuff like that, because in real life they're not. So that's part of the randomness, makes it look realistic. Now this one here, very careful, just leave your little finger there. Just the same sort of thing, just loosen it up off the, that's an empty piece of MDF, that board there. So we've got those somewhat loosened. So I decided I'd have a wee play with them and worked out not quite ready yet. So yeah, just make sure those take up. So I'll grab my square or something heavy to sit on top of there, just to make sure that they stick a little bit better, more evenly, if you get what I mean. So we'll chuck another one on top of there. In hindsight, I probably should have done the other ones. Now that's the colour I used for the wood originally. I like to use, and this is the colour I used for the dry brushing of the wood. Now I like to use model colour. I find it easier to brush paint than the Model Air. Model Air I use for the washes and stuff, so these are very good for brush painting, I found. And then I've weathered the wood with the sand and the light sand and mud from the old Tamiya Weathering Master. So if you can get your hands on one of these, they're very good. I've had that one for years. It hasn't dried out yet. But take my little weights off there. Now I'm going to try and pick this up and put it on top of the other stack carefully. It shouldn't be too bad. There we go. We'll just lift her up, put her on top of there, orientate it around a bit. So this is why I didn't glue it on. Glue the top row on, because I wanted it to sort of, you can sort of see it's a bit messy there now. And I did come back after this clip and I put a little bit more canopy glue on various parts. But hey, that's about the guts of it, really. How I've got about it. So it is just 1mm square styrene. I chose to use that because scaling it down, when they usually use dunnage, it's usually about 100mm thick. Depends on the collars of the pipe that they use. Sometimes they do use triangle bits to hold the pipes there, but I've decided that this is the rush job. So they've just put the pipes on top and they shouldn't really roll anywhere. But hey, we'll weight those down. And thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.